own race is superior and has the right to rule others. That is the definition of racism. At least once in your life, you've made a nasty, discriminating joke about a person of different race. We've all made these jokes. I've made these jokes, and I'm sure you have too. We all understand the hurt and embarrassment that comes along with these jokes, yet why are we so eager to do it again to someone else? My name is Susan, and I'm an Asian, and I can honestly say, no matter what anyone else says, there is nothing wrong with that. Throughout my entire childhood, I've only attended English-speaking schools. The friends I've made were all Caucasian. When you're little, no one makes fun of the color of your skin or how big your eyes are. Unfortunately, as you grow older, society becomes harsher. It becomes judgmental and looks for little things to pick at. I'd look in the mirror and inquire, why can't my skin be whiter, or why can't my eyes be bigger? Society had influenced me and made me think that who I was inferior and not fit for the community. If there's one thing I can tell my younger self, I'd say, there's nothing to be ashamed of, Susan. It's okay to be Korean. Now as a 16-year-old, I've made my philosophy that we're all created equal and we'll all die equal and everything else in between. In my Socials 10 class, my teacher gave me an article to study for bonus marks. The story told of a Nova Scotian woman living in Canada, and she was a black woman. Her name was Viola Desmond. When her car was undergoing repair and she decided to watch a movie at the local theater to kill time, she underwent verbal abuse and was deprived of her rights. Now this being in the 1960s was a fairly common occurrence. However, what maddened me was that the Canadian government granted her a pardon 50 years later. First off, it should not take 50 years for the Canadian government to even resolve the issue. Secondly, granting a pardon means that you acknowledge someone is guilty, but you'll overlook it. Viola Desmond was not guilty of anything. She had paid the full price of the ticket. Now what the Canadian government should have done was exonerate her. To exonerate someone means to say that they are innocent and that you're sorry. The ugly system of racism still continues to this day. The Canadian government was not ready to say that they were sorry because it would make them seem inferior. Many think that since we're now in a new technological era, racism isn't such a big issue anymore, but they're wrong. It may not be in the same form it was 40 years ago, but it's still there, making an impact on people's lives. That joke about the nerdy Asian, that's racist. That comment about the black man's nose, racist. Mostly it's in the form of joking now, and many play along with it, because we think it's fine. We're all having a laugh, right? I think one of the meanest things you can say about a person is that the way they look. They can't change the way they're born. Issues like racism are hard to fix. It takes time. But you know what they say? Rome wasn't built in a day. It took years of effort and determination. But most importantly, it took everybody. They call my generation the Y generation. Some of our character traits are ambitious and changing. I truly hope that in my generation, an issue like racism would be resolved. I want children of future generations to grow up not knowing what racism is, and to live life like we used to in kindergarten, where we didn't care what a new friend looked like. And where does it start? It starts with me, and you, blacks, Asians, Jews, Hispanics. I can go on forever with this list, but I think it's easier to say that it starts with us. Barack Obama once said, "Change will not come if we wait for another person or another time. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek." Now I say, let's be the change that this world desperately needs.